So I'm scrolling through YouTube like I do sometimes when I'm looking at my stuff, but I go and look at some other, whatever I see. I got a few favorite sites, like my daughter, stuff like that. J.H.Lawrence, by the way, you know, check her out. So I come across this guy, and he's kind of a hippie guy, and he starts out going, I'm from this something or other guild. I think he's trying to start some sort of a religion or something. I don't know. And me spending a lot of time in my youth in the Bay Area and roaming through Northern California, if I see something like that, it always piques my interest, and I'll take a look at it, just to see if there's any crazy asshole that I might know somewhere, or something like that. Anyway, so this guy's, and I'd say he's a good couple of decades, maybe 3 decades younger than me. I mean, he's probably in his 40s, maybe. And I'm listening to this dude, and I'm kind of like, okay, because he starts out kind of, hey, he's got a nice kind of calm voice, and he says, oh, we live up here, and we got our pigs, and we got our chickens, and that, Of course, he's sitting at a little table, and you don't know, and he's got a headband on, and long hair, kind of, and a flannel shirt, and he's got a hippie outfit on. He looks kind of hippied out. I'm listening to him. I'm expecting him to start talking about mushrooms or something, or how he's going to can some beets and some shit. So all of a sudden, this big American flag thing pops up with an eagle coming like this, flying through the fabric of the American flag, and I'm going, well, that's interesting. And then he starts talking about a bunch of stuff that I can't even repeat, because he started talking about, dark spirit stuff in the Lakota people's, way of life. And I hate to say religion, because it's, religion. So that always gets my, I have a little bit of Anishinaabe blood in me, so I perk up a little bit about Native Americans too, or tribal people from Turtle Island. And so he starts going on. And, anybody that has any kind of real Native experience would be pretty, you wouldn't even talk about that kind of stuff. You wouldn't say those words even, because it's pretty bad medicine. I mean, unless you're with some elder in some kind of fashion, I don't know what the circumstances would be. I don't claim to be any, I just have a little Native blood, and I have I've talked to my father, and who knew my great-grandmother very well, and I talked to my grandmother, who knew my great-grandmother very well, and we had long conversations about her, and things like that, the great mystery, and I heard stuff like that back in the 50s and stuff, so that's all I know. I'm not gonna say I'm anything, So, but then he starts talking about the left and the right, and it turns into this whole frickin' thing about the left has the dark deep web government thing. It has the dark web, the dark government. I can't remember. It was goddamn dark. I know that. And then he said, but the Republicans, they have this MAGA thing going on, and so I thought he was going to say something bad about them and be like one of these neutral, apolitical persons, but no. He said, well, I tend to lean more into the MAGA thing. He says, why? Because, I live here in America. And they said they were going to make America great again. And then I'm like, I just listened to this guy go do 10-minute diatribe about all this spirit thing, And then that's where he ended up. So, hey, I just want to say, as I got suckered into this stupidity, and I'm just a sucker. But he nailed me at the end. He made me listen to him almost to the very end. I listened. He was going to keep going. I didn't, but he got me that far. All right. Anyway, adios and buenas noches.